If it was delayed any longer past October, I won't. I just can't delay it anymore. I have to continue my schooling. I have to continue on with life.
Hi everyone, Davide here, and as always in this channel, together with sharing information about the Japan borders and how this is affecting international students, I always interview students that are stranded outside Japan. Today, I'm with Kobe from the US, and he will share his story with us. Hi, Kobe, how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well, thank you. How are
And
you?
I'm good, thank you, thank you. And I would like to ask you, when did you apply to Japan originally? And also, if you could tell us where are you from?
Okay, so I am from Washington State. I live in Ferndale right now, but I've moved around a bit. I was actually born and raised in Hawaii, and then we moved around the West Coast in the United States. And I applied to Japan. Actually, I just recently in April, no, in April. Yes, in April. And so it was recently. I felt like this would be a good time. I hope it is the right time. And I've spent the last 6 months just saving up money away from school.
Why does studying in Japan mean so much to you?
Oh, it's a part of my culture. I'm quarter Japanese myself. I've my dad. We're from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so we usually serve missions, 2-year missions. And my dad served a proselyting mission in Osaka, Japan, for 2 years, and so he brought the culture in. My mom's half Japanese. She also from Hawaii, and so she brought that culture in as well. And so I just kind of grew up, loving it. I grew up knowing my great grandparents. My great grandfather served. He's Japanese Hawaiian. He served in the 442nd Battalion, and just hearing stories about him and my great grandmother, who was born and raised in Yamaguchi Ken, the prefecture,
Hmm.
Yamaguchi, near Hiroshima,
Yeah.
and then hearing how she loved Japan and how she just wanted to stay there and to live there, and that inspired me too to want to learn more about my ancestors, because my ancestors are very, very important to me.
At the moment, there is an entry ban which doesn't allow you to enter the country, even though you have received your certificate of eligibility, you have done all the preparation necessary. How this is affecting your life?
um well, it's definitely delayed my education. I'm majoring in electrical engineering, and
Hmm.
it's tough. It's tough schooling, and math. You know how math works. The longer you are away from math, especially calculus, the more it just goes out. That goes out one ear. And so that will definitely put a hamper on my education. And I would, if it was delayed any longer past October, I won't. I just can't delay it anymore. I
Hmm.
have to continue my schooling. I have to continue on with life.
Yeah, and that's a huge shame because, especially for someone as young as you and many other students, but regardless of the age, it's really a lot of time that all of you are wasting in a sense, because since you don't know when you can enter Japan, you cannot plan. Let's say that you know it's going to be October, then at least you could plan for it. But right now you have no clue when you are going to be able to come to Japan, and that's really make your education go away, or the time you're going to start to work go away as well, and many other things. And I really hope that the government understand that and give us a plan as soon as possible on when students can enter the country. You mentioned a little bit that you would like to stay in Japan a bit longer, but let's say that I really hope, and this is going to happen, that you come to Japan, you learn the language. What are your plans after you finish your Japanese language studies in Japan?
Well, after I finish, I would go back and finish my schooling, and I would most likely, whenever, as soon as possible, I guess, to try and go and work in Japan as an electrical engineer. And I know there's a good need for those, so hint Japan. hopefully, hopefully that makes us coming to Japan more desirable, for me at least. But yeah, I'd love to add to Japan. I'd love to. It's not enough just for me to be a good person. I need to be good for something, and so that's why I'd come back to get my education and make sure that I'm I'm worth it for Japan.
And there is a huge need of engineer indeed here. I think half of the recruiting companies or jobs that you see is about engineers. There is a lack of qualified engineer, and they used to recruit a lot from abroad. Of course, now since workers cannot enter as well, they're really struggling, and I think they should consider that too. Kind of balancing, keeping everything safe, but still letting qualified people and students into the country. If you could talk directly to the Japanese government or who takes decision about the Japan borders, what would you like to ask or say to them?
What I say is what I would say is I respect whatever your decision is. I will respect it, and I'll understand, even though it'll be a great disappointment for me. Uh, there will always be other opportunities, but I really plead with you to open the borders up. It would really help us, and I think that we could be of some benefit to you. We're good people. We just want to learn. We love Japan. We love the culture, and we just want to be able to experience it not as tourists, but as learners and as people that will contribute to the society.
I think those are very beautiful words, and also I can tell they come from your heart. You, as many other students that right now are stranded outside Japan, they really want to come, commit to Japan, contribute to the society in the respect, of course, of all the rules and doing everything possible to avoid the spread of the virus. Kobe, thank you very much for sharing your story and telling a little bit more about you. Thank you very much for today.
Of course.
That's everything for today. Again, huge thanks to Kobe for sharing his story. I think as Kobe, many of you are waiting to know when international students can enter Japan. Please help me. I repeat this in every video, but it's very important that you help to raise awareness about the situation of international students. And the best way, the easiest way to do it is to sharing this video and liking the videos in this channel as much as you can. And let me know in the comments if you have any information or anything you would like me to talk about in the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next videos. Mata ne!